it's Todd Screama. We're doing chapter 1 of Black Belt Coaching and giving you some hows and whys around hiring A players. So I'll tell you a great story. The late Chuck Daly, one of the most winningest NBA coaches of all time, I had the pleasure of meeting with and playing a round of golf with, and he also spoke at a core event. And I asked him a question. I said, what is the key to winning all those championships? And without any hesitation, I just got the words out of the mouth. He says, great players. And that is also true in the business world. Having the best players determines your outcome. You can have the best processes in the world, but if those processes aren't executed by people that know what they're doing and do it in an excellent way, it's not going to work. So philosophically, you know, what is the context behind that? There's really 3 things that I found that, that are a conceptual way of knowing, hey, do I have an A player? Number 1 is hiring the character. There's one thing I can't fix. I'm found as a professional coach in fixing people, and that's their character. That's their moral fiber. So if they've job skipped, 8 jobs, in 8 years, and they're always blaming their company, that's a character issue, right? You can't tell me 8 companies suck that bad. So really looking for what is the character. Some questions that I love to use is, tell me how you're raised. Tell me about what it was like. And a lot of times I will lead them. I'll say, well, I was raised on a farm. My mom was a nurse. My dad worked for the Forest Service. My real dad owned a couple companies, was a very hard worker. And I'll model for them how I answer the same question so they feel more comfortable and more open. But those are great questions, is looking at that character issue. The other one is drive. There are people that wake up on a Saturday and make a checklist of things to do, and there are other people that wake up on a Saturday and are okay with laying in bed for 5 hours. It's just an energy level that you need to learn to sense in people. Chris Ringrose says if they walk fast, keep up with me on my walk to the office, that's a big barometer for her. And people laugh at that, but that's true. It's like, do they get things done? Are they an executor? Are they driven? Okay. The third thing is job skills, and a lot of that's just testing. Hey, what would you do with this income? Underwrite this file, process this file. That's how you test job skills. So when you look at those things, that makes a big, huge difference, being able to attract those. When you look at it in the big picture, we've grown Summit over the last 20 years from literally nothing to 1,000 people in one of the best mortgage companies in America. You got to ask yourself, what did we do right? I will tell you the number one thing that we've done right, or at least top 3, is that we've learned to attract and hire and retain great people. Without great people, then it's not going to work. And one of the exercises we have around this is to write down all your employees and write down the 1 or 2 or 3 that you wouldn't rehire. And then meet with them and tell them that and say, hey, my coach had me do this. Why would I not rehire you? I just don't feel the love. I don't feel like we're getting it done. I don't feel like you're engaged, whatever the issue is, and openly talk about it. We call that a pineapple conversation, right? It's prickly on the outside, but really sweet on the inside, because what comes from those conversations is great things. So guys, that's a little bit of tidbits around the hows and whys of hiring. More steps in the book. There's actually 10 steps to hiring that we don't need to go through here. Follow those steps. Don't skip the steps. Whenever I've skipped a step, I make a hiring mistake. And that's one of the main things I'll impress on you, is be patient when you hire. They say slow to hire, fast to fire. That is a motto that you want to understand and execute. Thanks, guys, for listening.